How's it going, Bulldog fans? I'm Nick Wagner, and this is the Bulldog Blitz. Samford avoided a repeat of last spring and beat Furman 4-2 for the SoCon Soccer Championship title on Sunday. The Bulldogs found themselves 2-1 at halftime despite an early goal by Mary Raymond. Raymond scored again in less than a minute and into a second half. And 10 minutes later, Ella Simpson scored the goal that put the Bulldogs ahead for the rest of the game. Alyssa Frazier also scored on a late penalty kick, leading the Bulldogs to win by 2. After the game, Raymond received Most Outstanding Players honors for the SoCon tournament, and 4 Bulldogs made the all-tournament team. It was a joyous celebration for the Bulldogs, who have never won a tournament title at home until Sunday.
I told my halftime I felt like if we just kept doing what we were doing, we were going to have a great chance to win it. And in all honesty, I think they believed me.
I think the redemption from last year is the biggest thing that we wanted, and I think we know that we're the best team in the league this year. I think, and that's coming from humility. I think going into this season, we had a lot of adversity put at us. I mean, we were picked number 3 by Furman and number 2 by most of the other teams. And we had a lot of press conferences put out about us saying how we aren't the best team. So I think it was really good to just go out there and show between the lines that we are the best team and just take it to them this year.
Yeah, I just think the field is just a reflection of how much we love each other off the field. We have so much fun together. Like, we're all best friends. We're really a family. So I think that really translates to the field.
You know, it's one of the things we say every time right before we step on the field is it's just another chance for us to prove how much we love one another. And that was really kind of amazing. So, yeah.
The Bulldogs advance to play the Auburn Tigers this Friday at 5 p.m. in the first round of the NCAA tournament. It was a weekend full of fun this Saturday as generations of Bulldogs came back to campus for homecoming. The Bulldogs got the sweet taste of victory over the Citadel 35-14. DeMarcus Ware, Jay Staten, Montrell Washington, and Midnight Seward all scored touchdowns. The time between snaps was filled with homecoming court royalty and a recognition of the 1971 National Championship Bulldog team. Wide receiver Montrell Washington described the excitement that accompanies a homecoming victory.
It means a lot. I mean, we haven't won in a while, to be honest with you, so it just felt good to get over that hump and, come out with a victory at home on homecoming day. It was good.
In other news, the women's golf team traveled to Macon, Georgia, Monday to compete in the Mercer Invitational. As of lunchtime Tuesday, Samford is sitting at 8th place with Mercer in the lead. The Samford men's tennis team wrapped up its fall season this past weekend after hosting the Country Club of Birmingham Collegiate Invite. Samford's Muhammad Ali Bellaluna, J.B. Pickard, and Ben Kiblinger tallied 2 wins each to lead the team in singles. Then in doubles, the pairs of Jim Hendricks and Pickard, Bellaluna and Harrison Williams posted records of 2 and 1 each. The CCB Collegiate Invite ended the fall season for Samford. The Bulldogs will open the spring portion of its schedule at Alabama on January 15th. The women's volleyball team extends their winning streak to 4 this past weekend after beating East Tennessee State on Friday and Tennessee at Chattanooga on Saturday. After ETSU took the first set, Samford went on to win the next 3 and come away with a 3-1 victory over the Bucks. Coach Keeler Chan was proud of his group, saying that they showed a lot of resilience.
You know, ETSU's a good team. They made us earn it, and I'm proud of our kids for showing the resilience to get back in the seat when we kind of let one slip away. So it was good for us. We know what this is a good match because we're going to have to learn how to earn wins like this.
The Bulldogs would not stop there as they followed with another win against Chattanooga, winning in straight sets. Redshirt sophomore Kenna McCorder led the team in kills with 46 over both games. Samford women's basketball is kicking off their season this week. Carson Hungerford has more details on the upcoming season.
Although the women's basketball team began practicing several weeks ago, their season officially begins this Thursday at Iowa. The team has been hard at work practicing and preparing for the upcoming games. I spoke with Coach Carly Coons, who gave me more details about how she has been preparing the team for the start of the season.
Okay, so this season we, in our preseason, we're working on preparing physically, preparing competitively. You know, everything right now is just extremely competitive. Working on just having a sense of urgency with all the details, all the small fine-tuned things that will show up late in the season. Working on chemistry, working on finding what rotation works best for us. And just figuring out, you know, who's working well in what positions right now.
Details and fine-tuning are the team's biggest focal points in the days leading up to the season opener. Their practices the last few weeks have consisted of lots of drills and team-building activities. Natalie Armstrong, who plays as center, walked me through what the biggest focal points are for the team this season.
I would say as our season approaches, we really are just preparing by going through what our principles are, our offense. There's a lot of new pieces here, so putting them all together, drilling what we have standards as, our primary offense, our secondary offense, and just getting our defenses together is definitely a key here.
With many returning players, the team is looking forward to starting the season off strong and hopefully ending it just as strong. Andrea Cornoyer is hopeful about the start of the season and hopes that they can make it to the NCAA tournament.
So this year, I think I'm really looking forward to just continuing what we had last year. We got a lot of people back, and I think we're going to be a really solid team. I know last year we didn't really finish how we wanted to. We lost in the conference tournament early, and we really wanted to make a run on that. And so I just think I'm really excited to finish out this year, start this year stronger and finish it out stronger, and really just try to get to the NCAA tournament because that's the ultimate goal.
The team's first home game will be this Sunday at 2 p.m. against the Montevallo Falcons, so come on out to Pete Hanna to show your support for the Bulldogs. Back to you, Nick.
And now for a look at Bucky McMillan's squad. Here's Andrew Simonson with the men's basketball preview.
It's been a long 249 days without basketball at Samford, but hoop season is finally upon us. Samford men's basketball opens their 2021-22 season against Maryville College this Tuesday night at the Pete Hanna Center. A new season means new hope for a group of Bulldogs that's been knocked down a lot recently. Samford has never won the SoCon since joining in 2008 or made the NCAA tournament since 2000. And recently, in Coach Bucky McMillan's first season, the team encountered a lot of adversity, having 8 games canceled due to 2 separate COVID-19 outbreaks within the team. The Bulldogs only went 6-13 in the games they did play in, while finishing last in the SoCon and losing to Mercer in the first round of the conference tournament.
Just getting to play and hopefully have a normal season. We went through a lot last year with the COVID and a lot of injuries, and we didn't start well with a couple of our guys getting injured here, be out for a little bit, but just hoping things get to normal and we can enjoy a season. I'm sure I'm not the only coach in the country that's saying that. We just want to get back to normal.
However, there's reason to believe this season will be different. This is the first time McMillan has had a full recruiting cycle as coach of the Bulldogs, and he has multiple freshmen ready to make an impact. None arrive with bigger expectations on their shoulders than Wesley Cardit Jr., a 6'6" guard from West Oaks Academy in Florida, the 60th ranked recruit in last year's class according to Rivals, and Samford's first ever 4-star signing.
I'm handling it pretty well. I'm just keeping my head down and just working every day, trying to block out all the expectations people have for me.
I think that guys, even though we're young, they possess a lot of winning qualities. They come here and they work hard every day. And, it's about winning the day, and you put together a lot of days that you can win a lot of games in time. So it's been good to watch our guys every day come in here and work hard.
Overall, this year's Bulldogs lineup is a very young group, thanks to the NCAA giving all of last year's players an extra year of eligibility, but they still returned 4 of their 5 starters from the end of last season. Junior forward Logan Dye is looking forward to taking a leadership role this season.
I'd probably say it's just the biggest thing from experience. Probably just being around the game for a while, being here at this school for a while, just feel more comfortable. So that obviously I'm a vocal guy, I like to talk a lot, so it's just kind of come a little natural. But also Coach Bucky's always been on me about we need leaders, and this is you guys' team, the returners. So we've kind of taken on that role just from being here and knowing what to make people expect when they come into the program. So it's been a challenge, but it wouldn't be anything that I would want any other way.
The non-conference slate is a mix of local foes and bigger names, highlighted by clashes with Ole Miss, Oregon State, and Belmont. The Bulldogs will also compete in the Emerald Coast Classic over Thanksgiving break in Destin, Florida. SoCon play starts on December 29th at Furman, and the Bulldogs are projected to finish 9th according to the preseason media poll. This season is a chance for the team to defy expectations and prove themselves to fans, many of whom have latched on to McMillan's charismatic personality and rallied behind the team.
The key for us reaching our potential is just every day getting better. That's what you can control, just how much you improve. That's it. Every team in the country is going to say the same thing, is that we got to get better every single day. And the team that gets better every day consistently is the team that's improved the most from the start to the finish, and that means you're reaching your potential.
The potential is big for Samford basketball, but that bright future just might come this year on Lakeshore Drive. From the Pete Hanna Center, I'm Andrew Simonson with the Bulldog Blitz.
With 4 straight wins under their belt, Samford Volleyball hopes to add a 5th tomorrow night as they face the Mercer Bears at home. The Bulldogs are undefeated in home conference games this season thus far, and they look to extend their home dominance this weekend. After losing to Mercer earlier in the year, the Bulldogs will look to redeem themselves. Coming off of a 35-14 win against the Citadel, Samford football travels to Gainesville, Florida to face the Florida Gators. The Gators are 4-5 this season after a 40-17 loss against South Carolina. The Bulldogs and Gators will face off this Saturday at 11 a.m. on the SEC Network. This Friday, the Samford cross-country team will travel to Huntsville, Alabama to compete in the NCAA South Regionals. Runners Allison Nelson and Mary Kellison Thorne said they are looking forward to the competition this weekend.
I am very excited. Our team has put in a lot of work. We've been training since the end of May.
Just been putting in the work every week and putting weeks on weeks and just continuously training consistently.
While Samford is a storied program, they are still relatively new to the SoCon. Who is their biggest rival? Caden Sturgis took to Samford's campus to find out more.
Auburn has Alabama. Georgia has Florida. Rivalries are what makes college athletics unique in a crowded sports landscape. But who are Samford's biggest rivals? Samford has hopped conferences so much over its 143-year history that it hasn't really been able to hold a traditional right. Still, we decided to poll Samford students to see who they thought was Samford's biggest rival.
Mercer, for sure. I think Mercer is our biggest rival because we go back and forth with them every year in sports like tennis, basketball, soccer almost, and football as well. And everyone hates Mercer. I hate Mercer.
Definitely Furman. I might say Mercer.
I would have to say Wofford. I see a lot of smack talk on Twitter between not only like the schools, but also like just fans in general. So I think in the SoCon, pretty relatively close as well. So yeah, I'd have to go with Wofford.
I would either say Wofford or Furman. I think Furman's a similar type of school in some ways, and also maybe that's because I know a lot of people who go to Furman. But probably Wofford or Furman. Normally when I think of rivalries, I think of Wofford a lot. They've won the conference a few times in football, and we've always had really close games with them, but we've ended up winning. And looking back, saying like, if we had beat Wofford, we would have won the conference. Couple my freshman year, my sophomore year. So definitely think Wofford is probably the right division as my biggest rivalry. Okay.
Honestly, I'm not too educated on this topic, but I would assume Mercer just because we talk a lot about Mercer, at least football-wise. Girls volleyball, I'd assume Furman. I know those games are always close, and it also is interesting because they're also a private school in the South, so.
While Wofford and Furman and Mercer were by far the most common answer, we also heard answers like Florida, Mississippi State, Alabama, UAB, Auburn, Florida State, Jacksonville State, and Belmont. Well, it seems that Samford students still don't have a clear definition of who Samford's biggest rival is, but there are certainly a few schools that attract attention. For the Bulldog Blitz, I'm Caden Sturgis.
Caden, I'm Nick Wagner, and this is the Bulldog Blitz.